Pete Dog.
My man, what's happening?
Woo. Crazy. I'm on 3 hours. 3 hours, 3.5 hours of sleep.
What happened?
I I um I had this idea for a film about 90 days ago. And
Okay,
somebody else was supposed to write it.
got you.
Shout out to Unc. Unc was supposed to write it and he never wrote it. So the idea just started coming to me last night. And you know what I mean? I just was flooding it out and writing it as a synopsis and getting through it. And I looked up, you know what I'm saying? It was 5:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock or something like that, man. It was crazy.
Whew.
So I was just up, writing in my phone. And I came out with something dope. You know what I mean? I really like what I came out with. So I ain't got no complaints.
Oh, good deal. That's all that matters.
I ain't got no complaints. Crazy, right? Cause I'm talking to the homie right this morning, right? And this kind of slowed me down because I had to get in the shower. I had to get in the shower, and I'm talking to the little homie Kevell. Shout out to Kiwi. Shout out to Ronald. I'm talking to Ronald, and Ronald is like this huge, like Tupac fan. Like I mean, diehard Tupac fan. You know, everybody love a dead nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? They all love a dead nigga, man. They love a man that passed away and it's easy to follow him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, like Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like
sure.
people love when you die and then they could just kind of make what they want to out of your legacy.
Exactly. They could make you into whatever they want, and you aren't there to dispute them.
Yeah, right. So Ron does this, right? So I got a group chat with Ron I consider Ron a friend. You know what I mean? He like him and Chuck Dizzle. Shout out to Chuck Dizzle, but Ron and Chuck Dizzle are cousins. Chuck Dizzle is my man, 100 grand. You feel me? That's head man. So that's my man. I inherited Chuck Dizzle. That's my man, right? So I always be telling Ron like the truth. Like I'm like, look, man, this is the story coming from the people involved. Like, so if we talk about Tupac, I'm like, yeah, this is like I've confronted, you know what I mean? And I don't like the term confront because it has a negative connotation, but I've confronted Jimmy Henchman. Game will tell you, Game was right there, Big Face is right there, G-Rod was right there. I confronted Jimmy Henchman on Brazil in Compton about his situation with Pop. I remember Chuck looked at me, Gang looked at me crazy, like, why would you ask this man this? You know what I'm saying? But it was going to bother me, you know what I mean? Because we grew up on Pac lore. So it would bother me if I didn't ask, you know, this man who this guy I've listened to pretty much coming into my whole adult life, what he was saying about him. And I would tell Ron the information, and I could tell coming from Jimmy, like Jimmy was thorough about it. He wasn't making it tougher or weaker or none of what it had to be. I knew Jimmy Henchman was telling me the truth. At this time, Jimmy Henchman is managing the game. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Jimmy Henchman and Delaney McGill, they're managing game. They managing Chuck. So I asked him and he broke it down. And I would pass this information to Ron because I know Ron is a diehard Tupac stan, right? He a fan. Like he a stan. And even like somebody like Haitian Jack, I met Haitian Jack when I first got into business because real street dudes connect soon soon as you get into business and people verify that you really from the soil, you know what I'm saying? People connect with you. Like so Haitian Jack was one of the first people. Haitian Jack linked me with Wyclef. You know what I mean? Like, and it was all love. And I was able to ask Haitian Jack straight up, like, nigga, I had to know because, you know what I mean? I'm from Los Angeles. I'm from California. Tupac is the president around this motherfucker to some degree. You know what I'm saying? So to hear their stories, and you could tell, bro, I've been in the streets long enough, even back then, to know when somebody is putting extras on, when they lying, when they hiding. They were telling the truth. And a lot of the stuff that was happening was really misunderstandings. And to me, more of Pac just being a bit young and naive to things. You know what I mean? Like he was a baby. He was like 21. You know what I'm saying? He was a little dude.
Yeah.
And I would pass the information to Ron. Even the shit that happened with Pac dying, you know what I'm saying? Even with what happened with Pac dying, right? And the whole situation with the South Side's getting into it with some of the homies and all of that, like different homies. And I told Ron, like, out of Freaky Dre, rest in peace. Shout out to Dre. Dre, so they called him Big Dre, but niggas in the streets was calling him Freaky Dre. I don't know if he changed his name, but that's what niggas call him. Dre was a balling ass nigga from South, and he was a solid dude. Dre booked me for like my 5th show ever in my rap career. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was trying to change my life, he gave me $4,000 to come perform at a house party, in Compton at these mansions.
Sure.
Right? So it was hella dope. And I remember asking Dre, I just grew up around some dudes where you ask what you want to know. I don't give a fuck who it was. So I was able to ask these dudes. I knew who Keefe was. My mom knew who Keefe was. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to, and then being a gangbanger at the time, like you knew what happened. So to make a long story short, I'm passing the information to Ron. I'm like, Ron, here's the information, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, here it is. Like everybody knows what happened to Tupac at this point. Like it's no secret, the information is out there. Yeah, there's a lot of conspiracy theories. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of conspiracy theories, but we all know what happened to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to think if he was right or wrong. I personally think he was right. If you ride with some people, if these people, your friends, especially in his situation where them people got him out of jail and they embraced him and he embraced them, I do not think of nothing is wrong with Tupac jumping off the ledge. You know what I mean? Jumping off the ledge. Like if somebody that looked out for me that I feel was a friend of mine's, and I don't care if I knew him for 90 days, who I am is who I am. And I feel like that was the same thing about Pac, where he was who he was. It wasn't about nothing else besides he embracing this dude in this movement. And he like, yo, this dude did what to you? Let me go. I'm finna go get at him. That's a rider thing to do. That's a rider thing to do, bro. That's hella rider. So I got the utmost respect for Pac. Now, Ron feels like Pac was too smart. Like, oh, he would have never got involved in that. And I'm like, the problem is, and with that, when you see gangs as this silly, dumb thing, the relationship, amongst poor people, that camaraderie, if you see it as stupid, then no, you will never understand what Pac did, because in most human beings' minds, because they cowards and they chicken shit, they felt like because Pac had money or he was worth money, that he should have never said nothing or got involved. That ain't how it worked when you come up from these ghettos and you really. So I think Pac was genuinely doing what he was supposed to do. And I also understand that, they got to protect their reputation too. I totally understand. And it's an unfortunate situation. That's the truth. But I'm telling Ron, and Ron is telling me he done made up in his mind that, yeah, well, they said Baby Lane tried to snatch his chain outside the casino. Like another chain. And I'm like, bro, like you got to stop making shit up. And that's the whole point of this conversation about J. Cole ducking the smoke. Like, I am tired of niggas making shit up. Like, I get it. We are in the entertainment business. We are entertaining. And that's true. In entertainment, bro, people will tell fibs. They will tell fibs. That's part of entertaining. But when you tell fibs that are rooted in reality, it can have dire consequence. Dire consequence. Like I'm telling him, like you're saying, first off, if he attempts to take Pac's jury outside of the casino and Pac got people, who stopped him the first time? They would have jumped on him the first time, but it's just stuff that don't make sense. But they create this YouTube lore and this conspiracy theory, you feel me? And people live and die by it. They don't even care about what makes sense. He don't even care. It just bothers him that Pac could have lost his life in something that he feels is stupid. And I get it. You know what I mean? It does. Gangbanging on the outside, Pete, to people who don't know, even you have been closer. You got me, you got Malcolm, you got people that can articulate the real relationship. Outside of you intelligent enough, you hung around to see why people fuck with each other. Yeah. But there's a weird space, bro, where people don't get that. They just really feel like it's about some colors or some bandanas or some, street sign or property people don't own.
Yeah. And I think also like with this, people look at it like, because of the position that he's in,
Yeah.
that the two things aren't as closely bound to one another. So like, yeah, you have, say, the world by the tail, so to speak. You're young, rich, and famous. So you have options. Choices are at your discretion at that point. But what in its basic, cornerstone got you young, rich, and famous, it's who you are and how you were shaped and what's around you and your ability to be a part of, be associated with the culture and that lifestyle enough to be able to transmit it artistically to masses. And we're back in the circle again. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not too dissimilar to like when you would see like a boxer get into a fight somewhere. Well, he's famous as being a boxer because he fights.
Yes.
He's good at fighting. He was
Yeah.
good at fighting, and that's probably, honestly, maybe part of how he got into boxing.
Oh man. And so, just telling people, bringing clarity, because you really have to, like, you're fighting their ignorance, right? Even somebody like Ron, who grew up right smack dead in the center of the culture.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But he wasn't a part of it. I go through this with problem. Like I was talking about last live stream. Again, this is No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here, noon Pacific Standard Time. Click the like button in the caption. The reason we do this live stream is to support No Ceilings, the podcast. Click the link below in the description. Subscribe to No Ceilings, the podcast on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else that you get your podcast. Right. So again, we're going to get into this J. Cole thing, but just bear with me because I got to show you why it's important that we have these conversations. And even with my young homie Ron, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the homie Twine Mac. Shout out to Steele, who having internet problems. He can't get on. Shout out to Leatherface. Shout out to D. What's happening? Squishy, welcome back. I love you, sister. We are glad you here. We will definitely have a barbecue just because you be here. My boy Kiwi. Alberta, what's happening? West LA Special Ed was cracking. Name brand, thank you for coming back. My boy Sean was happening. Yes, we back up in this thing, cuz. So, long story short, I'm telling Ron, and I'm like, Ron, bro, like, ignore all of that silliness going on, bro. Like, stop looking at that. I don't give a fuck with none of them. I'm telling you exactly what happened. Like, I'm telling you insight from the people that it happened with. I'm outside of the fact that's my era. I'm in high school and I'm gangbanging in 1995 and 96, right? I'm off the porch. I mean, I'm still in high school, but I'm active. So you're hearing the gang. The thing about being a gang member is you hear about what's going on in everybody else's community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And most people don't know this. Yeah, I'm from 7th Street Watts, and my father raised me in Watts, but my mother also raised me in Compton. I lived in Compton half of my life. So my ties there are deep, but gangbanging travels. So all of this stuff was happening in real time. Like the squabble at the Lakewood Mall, we knew about that right after it happened. Everybody, we used to call the Lakewood Mall the Terror Dome because different gangs would go there, to get in fights. It was all about proving, again, poor people try to prove superiority at the most primitive levels. And it's a fight. You know what I'm saying? So people was fighting. And so we heard about the fight, how the fight happened. People think the fight that stimulated the situation that Tupac died over was over a chain. That's not true. It was over a misunderstanding in a situation between two separate gangs. The chain is just an LA thing. Any of y'all in this chat from LA, y'all know if you get into a fight, y'all done been to the clubs in Hollywood. You get into a fight with enough people, the first thing people do in the middle of that fight is start reaching for jewelry. I don't know why. It's just an LA thing to do. It's just an LA thing to do. Like you be fighting and next thing you know, somebody reaching for your jewelry. That's one of the reasons I don't wear jewelry. Way before I was a rapper and was getting to some millions of dollars, I wasn't wearing no jewelry because where I'm from, that's the first thing everybody reached for in the middle of a fight. So I'm not giving nobody nothing, not a damn thing. But the point I'm making is back to Ron. I'm telling Ron, man, I'm like, Ron, look, bro, this is what happened. I get it. And you want to, in your mind, you believe Pac was superior and he was the greatest thinker and he would dare not be a part of this community and press this line. And it's like, you wrong, bro, pressing lines. He was a line presser. Pac was an habitual line presser. He pressed lines for whoever he was with. Anybody. Like, that's what a solid one do. You press your line. If I'm with some of my partners from West LA, I'm going to press a line. If we together, bro, I'm going to press a line. I don't give a fuck if it don't got nothing to do. We together. Now, some, suburban people think that's ignorance. Pete, if me and you somewhere in Newport Beach, bro, and a man and a couple men get up in your face doing too much, I don't give a fuck if they from Huntington Beach or if they from Costa Mesa. They getting punched. That's just how these streets raise us, to press a line with the people you with. Sure. Stand with the people you with. So if we somewhere in Newport Beach, you better tell me they family. You better be like, gee, you know what? Don't punch them. I know we arguing, because I am looking to punch them niggas. That's how Plug raised me. That's how Shady raised me. That's how Moon raised me. Punch them niggas. So again, I'm sure Tupac has the same raising. You don't got to be from a Crip or Pyru gang to be raised that way. You just raised in the streets. You with the people you with. Pac was with them. Man, them dudes just got him out of jail. Suge just got him out of jail.
And I don't even blame Sugar for this. To me, yes. the only hypothetical party that I would Monday morning quarterback is the executive group, which was still young guys. You know what I mean? Like, retrospectively speaking, like, Suge and whoever else is in that C-level suite, quote unquote, needed to do a better job of defining that line rigidly and saying, hey, you guys, you're here because of what we have going on. Make sure that he doesn't start to think he's a part of what you have going on.
But I'm going to tell you why I don't think that makes sense. And this is being signed to Cash Money. Right? I'm all in, right? I totally get it. I'm not acting like I don't get it. I'm not acting like I don't get it, right? I totally understand said point, right? But what happens is, right? What happens is, right, is like when I'm with Baby, I'm signed to Cash Money Records, right? In my prime. But gangbanging, I'm in my prime. I didn't bust niggas' head fucking with Baby. I was trying to rush other niggas fucking with Baby because we're together. So if something happens to you, it make me look crazy. Like when that situation happened in Hollywood, you know what I mean? Where the homies ran up on their car, spotted them, ran up on their car. That made me look stupid. Because you with me. That's how the streets raise you. That's the level of pride you carry yourself when you come from the corner. You look at it like, you know what? The streets raise you. Right. So you do your thing. And there was times that I understood that I can't let them look bad. Them dudes are street dudes just like me. They just been millionaires a lot longer than I had.
I was there when that happened too, by the way.
Yes, I remember, right? And so I got to go with a gun. My homie's going and I'm tripping. And if Bird doesn't calm me down, then you know what I mean? It's a different situation. Because the dudes that did it is my partners. But it's like y'all making me look stupid and you can't make me look weak. That's how you carry yourself in the streets. And Pac had that lesson. Don't have nothing to do with him being from Mob Pyru, or like that was another argument. I'm like, of course he was banging the mob. Of course he was pressing the mob. He got songs saying Long Beach and Rosecrans. He started saying mob. Like, of course he with them. They just got him out of prison. He's triple platinum. These niggas is my guys. I'm finna go all the way for these dudes. What are you? I was just sitting in prison 8 months ago. Yeah, I'm finna go crazy. Twan, shout out to my boy Twan Mac. Shout out to Steel, who just entered No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, noon. To subscribe to the No Ceilings podcast below. Click the like button on this video. Twan, if I make you a millionaire, Twan, my boy Twan, thank you for coming back on this Friday. Twan, if I make you, right, Twan, you got a whole movement built on positivity. It's adult contemporary hip hop. It ain't even the music. You like, nah, G, the messaging even got to make some sense. I can't just let these dudes get up in here with this music, right? And then the messaging don't make sense. Like, that's how stringent you are on behavior. Twan, if I make you a millionaire, imagine, Twan, you get caught up in some shit. You got 10 years. I come bail you out, give you a triple platinum album. Now you getting 100, 200,000 a month. You on fire. We somewhere in a mall. Let's say your hits function, everything fine, you back to normal. And I'm like, man, that was a dude that jumped me. You don't think you gonna move?
First of all, shouts out to Pete, shouts out to Steel, shouts out to 7th Street.
That part.
Yeah. Happy you're back.
Thank you. But yeah, we got a saying in Milwaukee, TTG, train to go, bro.
Yes, damn. We say that too. Yeah.
We're gonna get on when you get mad at, bro. Like, if you playing game with somebody that I love and you putting them in a strange situation. Well, and there's another thing that we say, whether you right or wrong, we'll deal with that later.
That's later. Still, we've been boys for 20 years. I've been your little brother 20 years.
I gotta go.
Imagine over the next 9 months.
I gotta go.
Imagine over the next 9 months, I make you a millionaire. Like, the idea comes to, and now you're a millionaire.
Well,
and
you
up, right? Oh, just listen.
Still making me a millionaire.
I'm not, but I'm saying mine is just our real relationship. I make you a millionaire too. Like, it's popping. I make you a millionaire.
Glasses.
If we in the mall and somebody just rush, what you gonna do?
Oh, it's on and cracking.
Yeah, it gotta be. We can talk about that later, bro. Your life. I don't know if this dude. I'm close. I don't been in situations where dude didn't even know that I was with them, and he started reaching, and I'm like, bro, don't do that, bro.
It's going to get real bad.
Don't do that, bro. Like, don't do that, man. Like, please don't do that. The whole time I'm thinking about going back to the joint, but then the whole time I'm thinking he might up a switch and kill all of us. So I got to get to him first.
So shout out to the homie, everybody in the chat. Make sure y'all check in so I know you in there. West LA Special Ed, thanks for rocking. Fats, what's happening, player? I see you in here, Sean, everybody. So again, back to the point I'm making with Ron. Before it leads into the conversation that we're supposed to have, that's the point where when people are allowed to redirect the narrative with silly shit. Like, where the homie is like, well, yeah, you know, Baby Lane tried to snatch Tupac's chain out in front of the casino. I'm like, bro, that did not happen. First off, they would have rushed him right then and there. It's a different conversation. But because he struggles to understand why Pac reacted with that sense of loyalty, which makes me realize how many people. Now, my man Ron ain't no pussy. But again, when he acts like he don't get it, it makes me think weird. Like, so you don't understand why Tupac just was in prison at that time, probably 11 months ago. Like, in prison with a double platinum record in prison. Now he's out with the biggest records of his career and everything in the army. And you don't think he gonna soldier up for this? You crazy?
He's hanging out with these dudes every day.
But let me finish. I got you still. I'm drivers right there. So I'm like, you don't get it. But when he redirected the narrative of like, oh, well, no, he tried to, and I'm like, you don't need to do that. Right? You don't need to redirect the narrative. You can have this narrative and it still makes sense. And that's my issue with J. Cole. Bro, don't get on these fucking records. We 25 minutes in still. Don't get on these records. Right? Don't get on these records and start lying. Stop acting like you were so worried about losing your friend. Don't get on these records acting like you would win a battle with these two dudes. Either one of these dudes. Don't get on these records trying to redirect the narrative. You didn't want the smoke.
Hard,
I don't give a fuck what it was. J. Cole could always rap, but don't try to put vinegar in your pen when ain't nobody cooking greens no more. They was just cooking greens.
Damn.
Now you got vinegar in your pen all spicy. You just had a moment that you infused. You was a part of the reason that this moment happened. You was the reason that they was in the kitchen having a green cook-off in the first place. And it was time to let the vinegar come out of your pen, bro. It was time to let the vinegar come out, get spicy.
But look, what did he have to add, though?
J. Cole is a sugar greens kind of guy, though. He just needs to understand that.
He's a cabbage.
He put sugar on grits.
That everybody put sugar on grits. The only way to eat grits. The only way to eat grits. Only slaves season grits. Only slaves season grits with salt and pepper. Only slaves.
Maybe y'all know. Maybe it's something. Wasn't Dot and J. Cole good friends?
That was. It's not the point. Again, being friends in a battle is not the point. J. Cole has a history of saying shit about wanting to compete. He has a history of talking about what his pen would do to other MCs. That's how he found dates. Twan is exactly opposite. Twan is not talking in his raps about rapping against other guys. J. Cole's whole premise is built on rapping against other guys.
This is the perfect meme opportunity. We need to put Kendrick's face on Debo's body, and then the guy who gets punched in the face is Drake, and then J. Cole's the guy who picks up, I don't know why you come down here messing around with these people, and puts it back in the car and drives away.
That's what should have been. That should have been the thumbnail. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, like I am not one that tries to watch a fight. I do not encourage people to fight. I do not encourage people to fight. If you are not a fighter, I'll be like, look, stand up for yourself or go the other way, right? So I'm not saying I want to see rappers rap against each other. You feel me? I do not say I want to see rappers rap against each other, bro. That don't even make sense. That ain't my style, bro. I'm not tripping. What my issue is when you keep talking spicy, when everything you are doing is spicy. Why are you talking spicy? Okay, before the battle start, you on a first-person shooter. That starts the battle. That actually orchestrates the battle. Right? That orchestrates the battle. You talking spicy. You tired of being 2 and 3. First off, why would you say that? You know that's a competitive thing to say. You're talking competitively, right? Then you say something. You say some out of line shit. The homies hear you saying some out of line shit. So he give you a lug. You know what I'm saying? He give you a lug on like that. You don't want to play like that. This ain't what you want, Cole. This ain't what you want, Tim Duncan. This different.
Why you got to bring big fundamentals into this?
That's big. He's that great. J. Cole is one of the greatest. He's an A+ rapper.
But big fundamentals never used to poke the bear. No, he did not.
He would stay little small shit and do shit.
Man, big fundamentals just say shit like off the glass, good shit.
He would say little other small shit. Young fella. But again, fundamentally, he is Tim Duncan. Fundamentally, right? J. Cole is nice, that. Right? But listen, that's not the point. You made me look. Right. So, but you popping it, right? You popping it at another level. You can't say he not that type of rapper if you popping it. If you popping it, you that type of rapper. So then like that, he returns the competitive lug, right? The competitive lug you asked for, and you go full-fledged missiles, guns blazing. You pull out the 7-minute drill. Then you put out the Pie song, which is really a diss, and you was slick and deviant because you wouldn't put some of his old friends on there. You wouldn't put Soul on there. You wouldn't put, you feel me, Daylight on there. See, everybody ain't an MC enough to know what you're doing. I know what you're doing when you did Pie. I hear what you're saying, nigga. I know what you're doing. Like, I get it. So you was popping it. And then you realize this ain't what I want. And you know why this ain't what you want? Because in the back of your mind, there's a chance somebody gonna say something that's devastating.
Yeah.
That's devastating. They're going to say something to you that's devastating.
Because the gloves is off. The gloves is off. It's all bare knuckle.
And so once you hit me in my face, you try to say, oh man, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. And the homie, like, after you hit him in the face with the punch and you did that little dog ass, dirty ass sneak shit by dissing the homie on the song and then putting the homies on the song with your little piece of shit ass, Jay. You know what you did, nigga. I know it. You a dope nigga, so I know what you're doing.
Well, you don't think Soul and them would have knew that when they got on
No,
the song?
because they not tripping. They his verses was on the song. He did his verse last. You know I got at the homies and asked them. Shout out to Absol, who got an amazing song that dropped today. Make sure y'all check that out. I got it daylight. I asked the homies and they didn't hear his verse. So you did it on some chicken shit. That was really some chicken shit, Jay. Jermaine, that was chicken shit. And then once you hit the homie in his face or behind his back, like how you did it, you pulled it back. It was like, no, I'm sorry. I went on the stage. I'm sorry. Okay, really? Everybody should have called you a buster ass nigga right when it happened. Because that was some buster ass shit. You hit a nigga, then you don't want him to hit you back.
Type shit.
Right? That's just some buster shit. It ain't saying you ain't dope. It ain't saying J. Cole, you ain't dope.
Nothing to do with that. None
of that, cuz you still nice, bro. You still dope. You still one of the best. But you also a sucker for that. Right? And all the people who love you, right? All the people who love you start making excuses. Cuz they like, oh, well, you know, he's bigger than that. He wouldn't do that. That's not him. No, he not. This nigga a regular nigga. He fuck bitches like every other nigga with a dick. He ain't nothing no different than cuz. Right? So, but anyway, we let you have that. And niggas let your name go. And then them two titans went at it. And my young boy put hands on Drake, beat him like he stole something, like he was supposed to, like he's been taught his whole life to. That's what that nigga been. Yeah. He been preparing for this moment.
Drake had some good records, dog. Drake
had one good record. He got his ass whooped. And like he's supposed to. And like he's supposed to, because this little nigga been training. We've been sparring verbally this whole time. He been doing it before I met him in Centennial. He was doing it when I met him when he graduated. He's been preparing for this moment his whole life.
You know what? That's the funny thing about it, bro. I think that for him, this was a fantasy come true.
Yes, I get to prove it. I get to prove I'm better than everybody. This is what this little nigga does. Okay, so move forward, right? So they squab it out. We forget you had something to do with it. They squabble it out. Like you didn't start it or like you didn't hit cuz in the head in the middle of a fight. But we let you get it off. Then you try to wait after the fight. You put out a couple other records and realize them records ain't working because the jig is up on your bullshit. And then you try to come back and talk spicy. Then you tried to come back and talk spicy like what you would have did if you wouldn't have did shit.
Well, maybe his next song is gonna be I Let G Down.
I don't fucking care. I hate that stupid. I hate Nas. You a grown ass man, nigga. Fuck you mean you let another nigga down, bro?
I Let G Down. I Let Malone down.
That's some buster ass shit. You let North Carolina down.
Day, man. What the hell?
You let North Carolina down doing that punk ass shit. And then you come back with the song and you trying to rewrite the narrative. You're trying to rewrite the narrative. You trying to act like you didn't do the shit you did, like you took the high road. You didn't take the high road. You realized you could get your ass whooped in this fight. That's what it is. And I'm not going to let you rewrite the narrative. Shout out to everybody in the chats blowing that shit up. Marcel, what's up? Ron, what's happening? Sharice, what's happening? West LA Special Ed, 2K Grind. Frank, what's happening, Coach Frank? These niggas is trying to rewrite the narrative. And I'm not going to let them. I don't give a fuck. The homie Pun, shout out to Ace Boy Pun, who do the community, right? And Ace Boys Worldwide Tonight, one of the best streams out the West ever. I'm so proud of them niggas. He tried to tell me that Cole was dope. Send me the song. Cole is dope. I put emojis of
ducks. I don't know why you fronting on it. It's a dope.
I'm not fronting on it. I'm not fronting J. Cole, Ben Talented. We passed that. But guess what I said comes back?
See, I told you he is biased.
I'm not biased. When he sent me the song,
I love K-Dot, but I'm a real
this don't have nothing to do with bias still. He's a fucking duck.
I'm a hip hop analyst. Yeah, I thought it was some sucker shit him ducking out the battle, but the new record is dope though.
No,
dope.
fuck
You
all
can't
that.
say
It ain't dope because you lying on the record. You acting like you was on some smoke or you got vinegar in your pen, cuz when it ain't nothing in there but Kool-Aid, bro. Don't do that now. Be the same uprighteous nigga you was after you punched the homie in the back of his head, try to act like you didn't. Don't try to get him back with no motherfucking vinegar in your pen now, bro. Because when it was time to season the greens, your whole ass backed up.
Dog, killing me.
I'm not killing him.
Forgive
me for calling him hoe. That's not what I mean.
I dig
the whole
it, bro.
actions,
they going
because
crazy.
he's not a hoe, and I'm passionate. Forgive me.
They going crazy in the chat, Glasses.
They supposed to. Forgive me.
Crazy.
I'm not trying to disrespect you because I'm not calling you out your name.
You don't really disrespect them. You know he gonna come
No, because your actions are disrespectable. He's a respectable talent. He's an incredible talent. He's better than me, bro. Like, he's an incredible talent. He's dope. But that's some buster ass shit to do. How you do that buster ass shit?
Would you say, Glasses? He went like this.
No, then what's crazy is he really punched cuz in the back of his head, got his homies to pack him out. Really went and lied to the homie. Like, you did some all the way sucker shit. Even going to put them boys on the song that you talking about the homie with, trying to cause dissension amongst us. You know what I'm saying? I know what you did.
You really You think he really was going there with that?
I know what he was doing. Still, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not gonna lie on that man. That's why I'm really careful with my words. Like I don't want to reference him as a hoe ass man. That action is some hoe ass shit. You done did all of this shit. You done got all this punk ass shit going. You try to take off on the homie and do all this so bullshit. And then when it was time for you to stand up with the homie, you apologize. And people try to act like you was honorable. You not, bro. But we let you get that off, and I let it go. I let it go. I let it go, bro. I let it go.
Until today.
Until right now, where you try to come back and act like you got vinegar in your pen.
Well, you know what the problem is, man? I'm going to tell you what the problem is. The problem is he let Nas down.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
That ain't the problem. You know what his problem is?
I'm done with you, still.
Shout out to the homie 10K Cop.
I was waiting for him to say some crazy dramatic shit.
Put $10
$10
on the super chat. That's player. Gino, I love you. Compton in the house, baby.
Type shit.
Appreciate that, dog. So I'm really careful with why I handle that man's legacy. I'm not trying to just insult him, but I am definitely not going to let him rewrite the narrative. You're not going to rewrite the narrative. You're not going to act like you could fuck with either one of these two niggas. You can't fuck with the Karate Master or the Owl, because when it was time to let the vinegar leak out your pen,
you curd out.
Feel me? You got the sugar. You picked up the sugar and start pouring sugar in the dream. And everybody trying to eat it, tell me how it tastes. Sugar and greens don't work, dog.
Type shit.
That's why a couple teaspoons of sugar and greens do work, dog. You got to
it don't.
Sugar in your greens.
No,
that's terrible.
That
is just terrible.
Still you got to put 2 teaspoons of sugar in your greens, bro.
Steel, can you get Steel out of there, please? Just what is this? He's incoherent. He's obviously.
Well, I'm just don't want the homie saying stuff that ain't true. You do put
there's nothing.
He tried to put sugar instead of vinegar.
Well, you're supposed to add a couple of teaspoons of sugar and some.
Yeah, but you ain't supposed to have a bunch of fucking sugar. His greens is sweet.
They're not supposed to be sweet.
I'm gonna take an excerpt.
If you taste the sugar, you did something wrong.
I'm gonna take an excerpt of this podcast where Steel say, "I know where he went wrong at. He let Nas down. That killed my."
That's the fucking clip. But the point I'm saying, bro,
any man to do shit like that will put out a song talking about he let another grown man down.
And he's still holding a straight face.
I'm not gonna get into that.
He won't laugh still because that shit was funny, dog. Laugh still because that shit was funny, man.
Yeah, look, I'm upset with his action, but I'm not for to do what Steel doing. Let me focus on the action. I didn't like that let Nas down song. That shit was lame as fuck to me, but that's that suburban shit. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't give Scarface is my hero, but I don't give a fuck if I let Cuz down. 7th Street.
God, man.
Feel me? Hey. Like, I'm not making no song. I let Face down. I let Jay down. I let Dog down. Nigga,
hey, Glasses. I'm a big fan of a TV series, Boardwalk Empire. It's about
I love that show.
I love that show. It's about Lucky Luciano, Al Capone when they was just babies. It takes you back to when Arnold Rothstein actually fixed the 1919 World Series. All that to say this: the main character is a dude named Enoch Thompson, and he had an understudy named Jimmy Darmody. And Jimmy Darmody told him because Nucky wanted to be the city treasurer for Atlantic City, but then he wanted to be a gangster too. And he wound up falling off into a gangster world. But there was a point when Jimmy Darmody told him, man, you can't be half a gangster, man. You can't be half a gangster. And in this case with J. Cole, you can't stick your toe in the water and act like you swimming. And then when the piranhas come to the edge to come bite your motherfucking toe off, now all of a sudden you want to be back on dry land again.
But for all our LA cinematic historians out there, you can't ask to get out of the car after you shoot out of the car.
Yes.
But no, you know what he did? He did what the homeboy Trey did on
no, he
Boys in the
didn't.
Hood.
No, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm not gonna let you get that. Shout out to Squishy Crutchfield, $9.99 on that super chat. Much love. Please, y'all hit them super chats. Squishy, thank you. Lunch on Pete. We eating today. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Squishy.
Still, I'm not going to let you do that. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if he didn't shoot the gun,
Still going to prison.
I would agree with you. If he would have saw it and was like, you know what? I'm not finna get on this nigga like that. I'm not finna say nothing about this dude.
He drove the car to the parking lot by the Crenshaw Mall.
They already shot.
Asked to get out of the car.
No, they already shot the guns.
That's what I'm saying.
They hadn't shot yet.
He said, let me out on the way back.
They hadn't killed anybody yet.
Of course, he shot the gun. What are you talking about? They shot Doc. He shot.
Oh, you talking about Doc? Okay.
Drill.
No, you're right. No, you're right. In terms
no,
of,
they shot him. They popped at him. I don't know if they hit him.
Had been fired.
Of course they hit him.
I was thinking about Trey.
It's fan bases of his right now
like Trey,
talking about. If he would left 7
Trey
minutes
has to get out of the car after they shot the guy at the burger stand.
I see what you're saying.
Hold on, what you say, G? I couldn't. What you say, G?
It's fans of 7-minute drill. People think like, oh, he shot at him. He hit him twice. 7-minute drill and Pie are both disrespects. Pie is a piece of shit record because you put his friends on a record and then you rap the song dissing him. That's even worse. Nigga, you not kosher, bro. You not a Jewish meal, fool. You not kosher. That shit you did ain't kosher. And you apologizing ain't kosher. You not kosher, dog. You not kosher. That shit you doing ain't kosher. And then you try to put out the record and rewrite the narrative. Nigga, you not kosher, bro. You not clean. You think niggas forgot? Niggas ain't forgot what you did. Nigga, I don't give a fuck how good you rap.
That record is doing just what he wanted to do, sparking debate.
It ain't no debate. It ain't you. People keep trying to tell me how dope the record is. You know what I hear the record? How hoe it is. That's what I hear. How hoe it is. I don't hear how dope it is. I hear how hoe it is. I don't give a fuck how dope your bars is, nigga. I don't care about how dope your bars is when you building it on a fake premise.
Man, he let Nas down though, dog.
Dog, cut it out. And why you won't even laugh when you say some funny ass shit, man?
And he said it was the first time. Any nigga that makes songs like that, dog, is go do some stuff like that.
He said.
Shout out to Just Ryan from Nola Glasses. When it came down to Drake and culture, Drake is from a Jewish culture, and there's a such thing as Jewish mob and black hip hop emulated Sicilian mob. What is culture? So hip hop ain't just culture. I know you hear that all the time, Just Ryan, that hip hop is just culture. Hip hop is street urban culture personified through the arts element. It's the artistic expression of street urban culture. So street urban culture influences street urban culture across race. Ryan. So yes, there are black people who are attracted to the white lure of Chicago gangsters like Al Capone, and they name themselves after that. The lures of a Spanish dope dealer like Scarface, and they will name themselves after that. Jewish cult figures like what's the boy name? The numbers dude, the Jewish brother. Lansky, yeah, Meyer Lansky. I got a homie named Dyer Lansky. You know what I mean? So yes,
shout out to the homie Dyer Lansky.
Yeah, street guys emulate street guys. That's hip hop and street urban culture. Drake is Jewish culture.
That's
like Drake.
That's a lot more street than Hebrew.
Yeah, Drake is regular Jewish culture, yarmulke culture. Like he's not street. That's why he's not hip hop. It's not because he doesn't have culture. He's of Jewish culture. Bar mitzvahs. Feel me?
Mazel tov.
Backstreet Boys being played at the bar mitzvah, 16, 17, 18. He's of Jewish culture. He's not of no level of street culture. He don't speak. Yeah, he don't speak any slang or nothing in real life. He's a regular guy. He has a video at roughly 18 years old talking shit about slang. He's sitting at a restaurant with some people saying how people in Toronto slang sounds dumb. So right now he's using
this
it.
Transition coming. You actually called it when he had the song. When he said, "You gonna make me catch your body right now." You was so mad.
I told you that, and y'all was mad because I didn't want to mess with him. I'm like, bro, he's going somewhere else that I cannot verify. Shout out to the homie Spock Dr. Ramball, the song, the $10 super chat. I appreciate you, Spock. We finna eat good today, bro. Y'all looking out. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, glasses.
The song felt like him taking the high road and framed it like the battle was about clout being number one instead of the culture. And that's my problem. That's my problem, brother. That is not what happened. Nigga, you put out records and diss this nigga, and then you tried to put your hand back up like you didn't hit him.
Type shit.
That's the problem. If he would have never made any diss record, bro, if he would have never made any diss record, I wouldn't have anything to say. Yeah. I'll be like, man, J. Cole took the high road. I expect J. Cole to take the high road. That's his brand. But when you go low, like he went low, the first low thing is one thing to keep saying competitively, you want to compete. And then when people press you to compete, like this ain't the first time I heard. Like, I don't want to get into the stuff me and Dot talk about, but like there was a time when the Control verse came out and you felt some kind of way, bro, because you don't want to compete that way. So don't act like you do. Don't get on these records when you do, because when you started the competition and a young homie responded and got at you and let you know what time it was, you feel me? You didn't want to compete. Or I take that back. You did want to compete. You came out with 2 records. You came out with that 7-minute drill, which is mid. That shit is mid. And then you came out with that Pie song, which is fire, but it's also underhanded because you went and put his friend on a record. You wouldn't put Solo on the record, who has a new single. I'll make sure y'all check that out after this live goes off. You wouldn't put Solo on the record, and you wouldn't put Daylight, knowing that we are all in good standings. We are all friends, and then you dissed him on the record. We know what you did, homie. What that nigga Draco recipe say, we know the truth, dog. And then you pull the songs down because you didn't get the response you thought you was. People looking at you side-eye. You not looking at the good dude, so you pull the songs down and you apologize. And really, that was too far, because once you hit the homie twice, you really should have been in a squabble. The homie still should have took off on you. On God, he should have really gave you this work. You should have never got away.
He actually gave you a pass.
Yeah, he really looked out for you. So let's stop right here. Like, you the good guy. The homie really the good guy. The homie looked out for you.
He could have ended your shit.
I'm proud of you, kid. I'm proud of you, kid. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for not really doing what you should have did to him. I know what you should have did to him. You should have did it to him because he deserved it. But I respect you because he said he didn't want it. And like a real player, you didn't give it to him. I respect that. Feel me? But now don't try to come back after the smoke cleared and somebody then died in this battle and it's owl blood all over the walls, and this man's career look crazy and people don't know what's gonna happen, and his owl blood just leaked all the stains. You can see the stains from the battle. And it still ain't over because the Super Bowl won't even make a bigger stain. Don't try to wait till the smoke clear and come out and be popping it like you on some high moral level or why you didn't want to do it.
Ain't that the ultimate though? You know he gonna have to do They Not Like Us at the Super Bowl.
Yes. He don't gotta do it. He needs to do. He should want to do it. Shout out to Just Ryan from the NOLA. But you can't discount the Jewish culture on hip hop then. So is it about how gangster you can be? Because Hitler eventually became pretty gangster, but was he street? No, hip hop is about street urban culture. It's not just about gangster.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's about gangster. It's about people.
What the hell does this have to do with anything? No, Jewish culture is not hip hop.
No, it's not, because there's a ton of cultures. The Mexican culture is not hip hop.
Shit was crazy.
Solo culture could be hip hop. Street bred culture is where hip hop is at. Street, where crime develops the culture, the lingo, the style, the fashion, poverty, all these things create style that we call hip hop. And yes, it's been the same in street Jewish culture. It's been the same in Italian street urban culture, Irish street urban culture. All of those things impact. There's a rapper out there probably named after Whitey Bulger. So again, it's not about race. It's not about mixed breeds. It's about
me. I was Whitey. That was my track.
Yeah, Whitey Bulger, right? So again, you know what I mean? You popping up, shout out to the homie Name Brand, him calling niggas ignorant.
And even like the gentleman or lady I just remember the NOLA part. I don't remember the first it was, but like
that shit was crazy right there.
That now we're defining anything violent as gangster. Hitler is not gangster.
No.
That would be like saying the Columbine kids were gangster.
Yeah, or street. It has nothing to do with street.
No.
And I get when they hear crime, but they don't understand poverty and crime come together to create culture. You don't have to be a criminal. It's just you're going to talk the same way as the elements.
I agree with Sharice. I think that's just hip hop. You know, Cole been throwing digs wherever they all have. I think
shout out to Sharice. So then you can't hide your hand and act like you ain't. You can't try to act like you mature like you didn't.
But see, you know what? You know why Dot is the greatest? Because he's been throwing jabs and he's been letting you know he's throwing a rock.
No, Dot wants to compete. He's going to tell you that's how we came up. Shout out to Top Dog because that's how he raised us in a business. We compete. We're going to compete. I'm going to get on a song with J-Rock and I'm going to talk that next level shit, same for Dot or anybody else. That's what we supposed to do. And if you act like you want to compete, we're going to compete. That's what you're supposed to do. If that's your thing, Twan don't do that. Twan ain't talk about if he better than the next MC, or if you start talking about you better than other people, somebody might want to find out.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't like about Cole. You can't look at it like, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. Now people want to find out. You know what I'm saying? And now they wrong or they immature. No, you popping it, bro.
Yeah.
You popping it.
Now, Glasses, I do still have the bravado of an MC with ego, but it's not to the degree that I'm not calling out. Like, I ain't in no beef with nobody. I don't care about beefing. I don't care about competing with nobody. I just want to make.
If you say you're the best,
yeah.
Now you're asking for work. So stop saying that.
Yeah.
And it's the ego.
You don't want to smoke. Don't say you better.
Hip hop is always trying to bust somebody's ass. I don't care who I do a song with. If I do a song with you, G, I'm trying to tear your head off.
Yeah, but everybody.
But how are you trying to do that? Are you trying to tear his head off by saying every rhyme about him? Or are you trying to showcase your talent better than him? Those aren't the same thing.
You're just gonna make sure that your pen is at the top of it. At the top,
you're wanting to manifest into a good showing. It's not manifesting into an attack on him.
You're gonna bar up.
No, I'm not gonna diss G. I'm not gonna diss him, but I'm gonna try to have a hotter verse than he is.
You're gonna put your best foot forward.
You're
gonna put your best foot forward.
Just like when G come on the song, he's gonna try to, because I hear some of them features that G do for some of these dudes, and he tearing their heads off of them records.
Shout out to the Mac Mizzle show. 7-minute drill was pure bars, no personal lame shit. I agree, it was very much bars, but the fact is, when you start calling another man's work trash, you asking for a problem. You're asking for a problem. So don't try to act like it's personal lame shit or dope shit when it's not, bro. You got to stand by this shit. That's why I tell Twan, stop saying you the best. If you say you the best, you asking to compete. Because the best means who the hell are you better than?
Type shit.
Right? So if you saying that, you can't be walking around this motherfucker like you ain't on the smoke.
You know who do a whole lot of sneak dissing too, and I don't ever hear you say nothing about though?
Who?
Jay-Z. He been the king of sneak diss.
Guess what? He gonna squabble up. He ain't finna get out the car. He ain't finna diss. He ain't finna put out takeover and be like, I'm sorry, Nas, I didn't mean to do that.
In the future, other men playing football with your son.
Shout out to 2K Grind 09. Kendrick ain't in no career. Stop that. Boy, you see all this owl blood. Stop playing. You see all that owl blood. You see we was barbecuing owl. We've been barbecuing owl for weeks. Don't act like you don't see what's happening.
For months. What are you talking about?
Yeah, don't act like you don't see us eating all this owl and shit, and you keep seeing these songs going up, and them songs ain't doing shit. You see that shit.
Hey,
don't be
Glasses.
stupid.
Glasses. Who is the fuck that you talking about?
I don't know, because I swear I've been eating owl for the last few months. our
Get the fuck
legs,
outta here.
our wings,
Type
our
shit.
breasts,
Our claws and
our
shit.
claws. I've
Whatever
been
the
making
fuck.
grounded up owl. I've been
See,
mixing
I
it
say
with
this.
tuna.
Our
Doc
beat.
got in his ass, but all Drake will do is come out there and go, "Oh, don't do it."
He done did it
Please
1,000
don't
times
do
and it ain't happened.
And
And
he's
you know
gonna
why
sing,
it ain't happened?
and them girls still gonna go buy his record. He still
Yeah,
gonna go
but-
triple platinum.
He's
But he don't
already
have the streets though. Still,
walked the
No,
planet.
he don't have the streets, but I
He
don't
don't
think
have
he's
the
never
streets.
had the streets. He's gonna go out there and go triple platinum.
Look,
off
we
of what he do.
again, that ain't gonna help. And you know why it ain't gonna help? Because everybody care what we think.
type shit.
And that's the problem hip hop don't give itself enough credit for. That's what hip hop don't give
See,
itself.
he's a pop artist. He's more in competition.
Hey,
with Taylor Swift than he is with-
hey.
He's more in competition with Taylor Swift than he is with K-Dot.
Take your cape off. There's no saving. Shout out to my
I'm not
Uncle
trying to
40.
save him. I'm just telling
Hold
you
up,
the
let
truth,
me
bro.
make my point. Hold on. There's no saving it. You can't just do that. It's a reason why he came over here and tried to be with us in the first place when he could have stayed over there with NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys.
Type shit.
And if you don't realize our opinion on things mean the world, that's why they're not fucking with them pop songs. He done put out 12 songs since then. They like, oh, if they don't like them, we not fucking with them.
Yeah, and there was no amount of rom-com songs that Ja Rule could have done with Ashanti was going to save his ass after 50 lit him up. It
Because we
wasn't going
was
to happen.
done with them. Like shout out to the homie from Atlanta. What's the homie from Atlanta?
Petty.
We done with Drake.
We done with Drake.
We done with Drake. Drake will figure it out. He's an incredible record maker. He'll be fine. He made enough money his whole life. He'll get another record, but it's over.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be over because you can't play with this street urban culture. This ain't no game.
A lot of people get that shit confused, bro. Hey, shouts out to MC Light. Today is her birthday. We got to shout out to MC.
Oh my gosh. Shout out
Brooklyn.
to Light, the true queen, man. Much love. Like, and I see you got that new album. I'm definitely finna get as a run.
Yeah.
I'm finna play you and Glorilla today. So female hip hop for today. So much love.
All day.
Shout out to West LA Special Ed. Reality rap hip hop is the truth. Yes, it is.
He even made, he made a record with Sexy Red Glasses.
Huh?
He even made a record with Sexy Red that didn't take
because at the end of the day,
now he's ruining her career. She was untouchable.
Exactly. That shit started to look funny in the light.
If you can go flaccid with Sexy Red, then you ain't hard. That's the bar of the day.
Just Ryan from NOLA. Chinese people make microphones, keyboards, clippers, but they not hip hop. Ryan, I eat Chinese food. I'm not Chinese.
Type shit.
Simply put, brother. Simply put, I love Chinese food and I am not Chinese. Let's get to some of these super chats. We got a couple more. Appreciate that, y'all. Y'all keep them coming, man. That's player. Faster Vanilla Gorilla, all love and praise to the dopest podcast out. My man Fats, I love you for that, brother. Gorilla. Spock the Doc, thank you for this $5. Fats, thank you for that $2. Spot, thank you for this $5. How do you think Doc might proceed this Cole song? As a diss. As a diss. I know him because I know how I'm taking it. And one thing I can tell you, we take shit the same. He see it like I see it. We both know that's some old cornball ass shit. You did all this old punk ass shit and he let you go. And then you come back trying to pop it like you want. Nigga, you not like that, bro. You not like that. Don't try to put vinegar in your pen now, bro. You had a chance and you didn't want it. So don't try to come back and redirect the narrative and make us think that you some kind of, because you ain't that. That ain't what you is. David Jones, thank you for that $10. Cole can rap his ass off, but it doesn't matter if the message is trash. Facts. He only stands on disses when punching down like mumble rappers or Kanye while he's already getting dog pal. David Jones, I'm glad I am not the only person that sees it.
Good call. That's a good call.
I'm glad I am not the only person who sees it. The Mac Mizzle Show. Black culture is hip hop. Cut it out, glasses. No, it's not. Black culture is much denser than hip hop, and it's lazy to call everything in black culture hip hop. Black culture is rock and roll. Black culture is jazz. Black culture is a lot more
country,
than just hip hop. Black culture is country.
I would say hip hop is black culture more than black culture is hip hop. It's not A.
Yes, it's not. They're not. Hip hop is much different than black culture. It's a very specific brand that black people have in hip hop as far as street urban culture. Specific is niche. It's not everything in hip hop. I mean, it ain't everything in black culture. Black culture is vast, brother. It's vast. So it's just lazy to reference everything as black people do as hip hop because there's too many black people that ain't hip hop. That's still black people that live in.
If you don't believe that, Mizzle, go listen to Bootsy Collins and them earlier rock albums. Incredible.
Maggot Brain and all that type shit.
Incredible.
Hold
rock
up.
and roll.
South Central Boy 94. Eminem is hip hop. He ain't black. He is from a street urban setting. Exactly, South Central Boy. I agree, and that's exactly why it is. Marcel, what's happening? Hey, shout out No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour. Make sure y'all click the like button right now. Make sure you go in the description. The reason we do this is to support the No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God and the Black Effects Network right there with iHeart. Click the link in the description. Subscribe. Our conversations is crazy, and we're going to keep turning it up to promote it every Monday and Wednesday and Friday right here at noon on Digital Soapbox. Marcel, people saying he backed out because it wasn't strictly rap. You believe that? No, I don't believe that. It was strictly rap. Ain't nobody got hurt. Ain't nobody got hurt. Ain't nobody got hurt. This
Unless
is
you
only
count
been
that
rap.
little publicity stunt Drake pulled by having somebody go shoot at his house.
Look, that's got some. That's some whole other shit. Name brand. It's like calling someone a bitch. You have to make them that now. I agree, name brand, or you shouldn't be saying that.
Type shit.
Or you should not be saying that. Shout out to Sports Doc. Oh, we got some more super chats. Hold on. How do you know Dr. C's code? We got that one. Shout out to Ron, man. I appreciate that $10. Ron, Tupac was Jesus. I'm not mad at that. Tupac definitely was Jesus. I can go with that. I think Nipsey Hussle was Jesus too.
If Tupac was Jesus, he'd be here walking around there now. Ain't nobody got resurrected.
Jesus ain't walking around right now.
He got resurrected. He's alive and well.
What do you mean? How?
He's alive and well.
You didn't see him. You wasn't right there with him.
Here every day. He's the testament of my life. Y'all killed me playing with Jesus and stuff. I'm gone.
How are we playing with Jesus?
Y'all was talking. Can't call no rapper Jesus.
You saying Jesus could have been a rapper?
No, Tupac wasn't no Jesus.
Why not?
And Nipsey wasn't no Jesus because they wasn't. Jesus Christ is Jesus Christ. Y'all getting sacrilegious.
Jesus Christ's name ain't even Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Y'all kill me.
No, I know you're full of it, and I'm tired of y'all making a story like
I'm gone,
it could be true. Tupac could have been Jesus.
Hold on.
Jesus.
Yeah, Tupac could have been Jesus. That's not impossible. No, I think Scarface, God, you know how I feel.
Man,
just Ryan from the know you. I'm familiar with Los Angeles culture. How do y'all look at this particular subject? Both Master P and No Limits and Chuck a Big Boy Records who sound like G Slim taught us. Los Angeles culture is vast. There's a street culture in Los Angeles. Where I'm from is different. We from the east side, right? So Watts, Compton, Long Beach, that part of the 110 freeway. Gang banging is a part of street urban culture on our side. But if you go over there on Fairfax, where let's say Our Future, Tyler the Creator, they're skaters. Some places in Long Beach have gangs. Some people in Long Beach have street urban culture like skating, like Vans is street urban culture. You know what I mean? Vans is street urban culture. My first interview, here's a perfect example. My first interview in life came from Thrasher magazine. It wasn't with XXL. It wasn't with Source. It wasn't. This is my first ever write-up in this magazine right here, Thrasher. This is a perfect example of street urban culture. Here's my first write-up in life, which is crazy you brought it up. This is my first write-up in life.
Why you tear it out? Why you tear it out the book, man?
I got 5 of them.
Oh, okay.
This is the only thing I have. I have 5 of them. Thrasher, not in XXL, not in a rap magazine, not in a gangbanger magazine, in Thrasher. Because skating in Los Angeles, there's a huge portion of it that's street urban culture. That's what you got to understand. So again, Los Angeles culture is vast, like black culture. Some of it ain't street, some of it is street. And gangbanging ain't the only street urban culture in Los Angeles. That's what you got to remember. Jay-Z is always ready. Shout out to the homie Breeze. Yes, Jay-Z is ready. Just Ryan from the Know You. Chuck a Big Boy record. West LA special at Jay-Z the next day. Y'all gotta stop doing that, man.
They're going crazy. Man.
I can't do this no more.
They're going crazy.
Shout out to Raymond Maturino. I just seen you, man. Much love. Cole said he felt like he felt like Muhammad Ali then apologized. Ali never apologized for picking his beliefs over what the government character assassinated over. I agree. Yes. No. I don't agree. I'm not riding. Ali wouldn't have threw a punch and apologized. If you're gonna start a fight, he's gonna finish
what I think he was saying.
No. Jay-Z did it. Shout out to Breeze. Jay-Z never apologized. He did apologize to Nas' baby mom for putting her in the rap. So I ain't gonna say that. But that's not the same type of an apology. Nas' baby mom was somebody that had nothing to do with the battle. So Jay-Z felt as a man that wasn't right. And I'm not mad at him for thinking that. I could respect that. That's some grown-up shit. He never apologized to Nas. They friends now, and he ain't apologized. Still to this day.
Nas ain't apologized to him.
Yeah, hell no. They be on show shit. They still be, ain't no sorry.
I said what I said, man.
I meant it at that time.
Type shit.
Ronald Green, Barbecue Out, facts. Smoked and everything. We smoking that shit.
Like we've talked about it before, like on another topic, but like this is like kind of the same vein we gotten into before, where it's like J. Cole made himself look like the profile of somebody that snitches.
Ooh,
you're there for a second with it, but then you really don't want the consequences. But it was cool when it was fun.
That's exactly what it is.
You know
he felt like a person that snitched.
Damn.
He felt like a person that snitched.
Damn.
That's my problem. He feels like a person that told. Everything about him is a person that told. Shout out to Sharice, still in the chat. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure I hit them chats. We still going.
She said Drake
is 06 season one.
Hey, T, I'm gonna turn the camera off. I gotta go move my car, bro.
Okay. Drake is 0-16.
Sharice guilty.
Oh man.
Oh man. That's my bar of the day. I'm not gonna get a bar better than this. Drake went flaccid with Sexy Red. If you can go flaccid on the Sexy Red track in 2024, you ain't hard.
Shout out to the Mac Mizzle show. The owl got deep fried. Can't lie. It was delicious, Mac Mizzle. That owl was delicious. You know what's funny? I never tasted tastier bird.
Type shit.
I never tasted a tastier bird, bro.
So we doing owl Thanksgiving this year?
You feel me? That's
gonna be there.
Ram. I need to go get some owl meat, really cook it. You feel me? To make sure we rub this in. We need to rub this in. I mean, look, I think there's a confusion that like I don't like Drake or something. That's not true, bro. I'm competitive. Dot is my man. I love Drake. He was a good dude when he came in. It don't matter if I don't think he hip hop. He's a fantastic talent. That's what makes the victory so great. But yes, we're gonna rub it in because that's the hip hop thing to do to enjoy the victory. Just Ryan from the Know Ya. I needed to hear you speak outside of Twitter because on Twitter I get a different impression of you. You're not an ignorant person or completely egotistical. We disagree on small things. It's only 140 characters, Ryan. Shit, you gotta. Wayne gave me one of the greatest lessons in life. He said, if you really want to be a star, Glasses, you have to be okay with being misunderstood.
Type shit.
And that was like one of the most important things I ever formed based off of something Wayne told me. So I'm okay when people misunderstand me on Twitter. I guess it could look a bit ignorant. Shout out to Big Glow who just dropped her album. And I appreciate that special ed. Make sure y'all go listen to Glorilla's new album.
She just put out some new music.
Glorious, the whole album, the first album, that new music.
The new music. I love that, dog. I love to hear her say that shit.
Man, she the best, bro.
I love to hear her say. I heard Glow's story of how what she went through, bro, and it made me. I already like
that lady, man. I love that little kid, man. I love that lady, man. I want the best lady
rapper to me right there.
Yeah, she deserves it, bro. I've been saying that for 2 years, bro. She deserves everything. I want nothing but great things for Glow. I'm really a fan of her voice. I listen to her female rap. I really appreciate it. She makes me appreciate female raps more today than other artists. Shout out to another female artist who is very much in the Hall of Fame after one album. Cardi B. Happy birthday, Cardi B. Even though you diss Crips, I ain't forgot that. You better fix that shit one of these days. I know you're a blood, but you got to get that right. You can't just be dissing Crips. I still didn't like that.
Type shit.
Shout out to Just Ryan, but if they pulled their contribution to highest platform in which hip hop broadcasts itself, it wouldn't be. Maybe not. But again, that's your choice.
If who pulled their highest form of contribution?
I think he's talking about people like Sony and microphones. They don't do it for hip hop. They do it for everybody in music. Like vinegar is in greens, but vinegar ain't soul food.
Type shit.
Chicken is everybody food, but how we make it is what make it soul food. Is how you cook something, Ryan. It ain't the actual. It's very few ingredients that are just culture. Like everybody wear all-star Converses, right? Chuck Taylors, they call them. But when you flip the tongue and you put fat laces through them, that's what makes them Los Angeles street urban culture. Timberlands, everybody at the construction site in the winter wear Timberlands. You feel me? But the way New York guys wear them is the culture. Same for Milwaukee, same for Chicago. It's how you use the material. It's not the material itself. Mm-hmm. So that's the separation, Ryan. That's the only difference. Name brand, even Soul fell away and drop right away. I'm saying I'm the best because Soul's serious. Because if it get to it, you're going to have a problem messing with Soul.
He's a whole problem. Not
He's
a
not
problem.
going to play with
He's
you.
a whole problem. He's a whole problem.
Will
He's an
Kendrick respond to that J. Cole song? Yes, but it won't be like he did probably for like that. He's not gonna go. I doubt he goes all out, but trust me, J. Cole gonna know when he's talking to him, and that's what I appreciate about the young boy. He ain't gonna play with it. Shout out to Raymond Maturino. I'm glad you still here too, brother. I like this show. Subscribe and thank you. And while you subscribing, head over to the No Ceilings podcast in the description. In the description, right? Click the link on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get your podcast. Hey, leave a comment while you're there too. Leave a comment. That helps move the podcast up, and we just working on the podcast. Kendrick just said I'm reincarnated. Tell him again, name brand. After getting shot in the back by J. Cole, nigga killed him. Shot him in the back and did all that shit. Used his boys and all that. My nigga popped up like the Undertaker on that nigga. Popped up and showed niggas. Twine, am I tripping? Am I really going too hard?
Bro, no. I'll put it like this, man. I don't like. Have you ever been slap boxing with like a cousin that was around the same age and they messed around? Y'all was slap boxing, but y'all wasn't supposed to go too far. But he slapped you and now your eye is running. He's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And you're like, all right. But you know you're gonna get him back. You're not taking that, bro. You're not gonna get off on me like that. Because you wasn't supposed to slap me in my eye.
You know what?
Supposed to do that.
To me, it felt like two people that was slap boxing and one person closed their fist and hit him twice.
Okay, we'll take it there.
Not because it's like nothing.
So you said you tried to injure me then.
Yeah, there's
adverse.
Then there's adverse.
That's the problem.
You're saying
you tried to do it. See, that wasn't 7-minute drill. 7-minute drill and pie aren't accidents.
You know
Those
what this is
purpose.
like? This is like when like the eyeball scenario is closer to like when what MC8 was saying about the quick track, and he meant quick like swiftly, and quick took it like DJ Quick.
Yes, that's that.
Okay,
that's that. That's where accident goes bad.
Yeah, I agree. I just think sometimes just let sleeping dogs lie, man. Like don't if you know you ain't. Even if you got the slightest inkling that you're not cut like that, and you got two ravenous pit bulls out here, don't run your little ass out here like playing games with these dudes, because it's a blood sport with these dudes. Like these dudes is all gloves. The gloves is off.
They want it.
Yes, they about that life, and you are still in between wanting to be the people's champ as far as like you lyrically sound. Nobody's debating the fact that you cold as hell. Like
not only is the nigga a superior MC. He's also a bar none top tier record writer. Nigga can do his own hooks. The nigga's incredible. And honestly, I look forward to him competing. You know what I mean? When he dropped the first song, I'm like, okay, Cole really trying to come for the crown. But then when you apologize, I didn't like that. And it's not I didn't like the apology as much as it just felt disingenuous. Like, okay, you say you mature and you don't want to do this, but you kind of did some heinous shit in the action, right? And it's like, okay, and even though I had my reserved thoughts on what you're doing, like I felt reserved, like I didn't like that. I saw what you did with Pie, how you put, like that was kind of devious. I wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't play like that. I'm gonna keep it real. So you really kind of like, you almost giving me 48 Laws of Power vibes. You know what I mean? Like you reading them books and shit. And like I really was watching that, bro. That mattered to me. And then for you to put out this song right now where you actually trying to act like it's vinegar in your pen, bro. Like you trying to reframe the narrative as if you didn't chicken shit out. You trying to reframe the narrative as if you didn't put out 2 disc records. You trying to reframe it like you the superior morality, and you're not. You're not, bro. You just a regular man. So stop popping it like you on another level, because you actually did some heinous shit. The worst thing to me is when street people talk bad about street people. If you want their maturation, that's cool, but don't try to call them ignorant, because we all ignorant. Now, if you use it ignorant in the sense that them kids don't know, that's dope. But don't try to look down on people that you was once, because it's real quick you could be reminded who you are.
7th Street, Pete, y'all tell me this: is there a tad bit of clout chasing in this?
Yeah, I mean. Clout chasing he
don't need clout. So the reason why I say a tad bit, because it's not like the man got notoriety. He's known worldwide. Even though he can't go to a Tesla dealership and get served, right? They tried to kick him out of the Tesla dealership in New York. Like the lady
because he's
walked
not
in,
electric like that.
type shit. Okay, I can dig that. All right, nice, Pete. I like how you went there. But I'm saying, like, he don't need clout.
No, but I'm gonna tell you why he does, and this is the trick. Even like when we had a conversation about Drake, bro.
Wake it up, bro.
Like, cause you will be popular and famous, and you are rich and you are on top of the game. But guess what? The culture can question you, and when the culture start questioning the money, people will stop taking the money. Like, remember, J. Cole put out 2 records since this battle happened. And those 2 records, one of those records and those 2 records didn't really have an impact. Not the diss records after. He put out a record with that one dude, that kind of corny shit. You know what I mean? And he put out something else. So again, he understood this is what we wanted to hear from him. He knew he had to address this. Same thing for Drake. Drake, eventually, if he wants to make a play, I don't want to give him the secrets of culture, but you need to address what we care about for us to care about what you're talking about. Because right now, this is the space we in. We want to hear you talk about what we want to hear. Now we don't care what you think. Drake, like Doc beat that out of you. You know what I'm saying? We don't care what you think. We care about what you think about this. If he came on and made a song where he admitted defeat, we would listen to it. If he came on talk about how it affected his life, we'd listen to it. But if you try to make a song about Juan Guan Delilah, it's not gonna work. If you try to make a song with Sexy Red talking about rich baby daddy, we don't give a fuck how much money you got. If you make a song with these niggas talking tough, we know you not tough. We saw you just get that work. We not buying it. The jig is up. The veil is off. We see your face. You ugly. Now you need to address how you look. You need to get us comfortable with you and how you look again. And make us remember why we fuck with you in the first place, because you got to a place where you started lying. And J. Cole understood that. So he addressed what we thought we cared about. But I didn't like he tried to reframe what happened. And I'm not going to let you do that to the young homie. I'm not going to let you try to take some moral road or some superior space. Nigga, you not. You're a piece of shit for what you did. And you're a mark for pulling it back. That's a fact.
Damn glasses.
That's true. It's not. I'm not calling cuz.
I know what you're saying. You just said you ain't no hoe ass ninja.
Yeah.
But what you did was some
whole ass shit. Shout out to Sharice. $10. We appreciate that right here on No Ceilings. Keep these convos coming. We will. Sean, what's happening? We up in here, dog. Shout out to everybody still in the chat, contributing, going crazy. Hold on one second. South Central boy, I like your questions. Please, y'all stay in the chat. Ryan, kill these chats. Don't stop killing these chats. They're important. Make sure y'all click that like button. Glasses. So if Dot took this as a diss, if you were in the shoes, do you address it on the next drop leading to the Super Bowl or the album? I'd probably put it on the album because I know he don't want all the smoke in his face. And I don't want to look like no bully. So I'm going to give him some work on the song and everybody going to know who I'm talking to. And more than anything, he going to know who I'm talking to. I'm gonna let him know I heard you and I seen that buster ass shit you did, and you still a buster for doing it. Now I might not give him like that verse off that, or Not Like Us or Euphoria, but you finna get something. Shout out to Just Ryan from the Know You. But if we put everything together, we're saying anybody can be taken from the Sicilian culture. Would you consider urban street culture or people that manufacture the goods? No, only people who came up or live in that culture of Sicilian street urban culture can be in hip hop. Not just Sicilian culture, because all Sicilian culture ain't street urban.
Culture is old rural country culture.
Yeah, they have their own culture.
It's Mississippi type culture of that part of the world.
Ironically, if y'all don't understand this, street urban culture transcends race. Like there's a confusion that LA guys created drive-bys. Al Capone and them was doing drive-bys in like the 20s or 30s. Street urban culture is just street urban culture. It don't matter the race. You're going to have Irish people. You're going to have Italian people. You're going to have black people. You're going to have Mexican people. You go to East LA, we're all doing the same thing because that's the culture of the streets. It's not about the particular, nationality or the race. It's really the behavior of how the environment breeds you and the rules there. And those rules are pretty consistent. No matter if you in the gutters of Boston, the gutters of Milwaukee, the gutters of Los Angeles, the gutters of East LA, the gutters of Miami, it's all the same. It don't matter if your skin dark as the night or bright as the sky or white as the clouds. We all behave the same way, and that's the culture.
Make something out of nothing and get out of the plight. That's
it is.
That's it right there.
That's
bro.
Really
let's make some
heart and soul of it.
Take it even from taking it from Aubrey. Started at the bottom, and now we here. That's the goal, right? You didn't
Joey
like
was
me.
not.
I can't
Cole
say
is Willie Manchester. That's
They
fire.
go,
Fire.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I love.
They know. I know that was fire, but
Yeah, I know he called. He threw a left. Joey Westside threw like a
Joey said
nice
Cole
little
is
left
Willie
hook to the.
Manchester.
He threw like a nice little
Crying.
left hook to the kidney.
I
That
think he
was a
said
nice
Willie
shot.
Manchester.
Willie Manchester, bro. You be bringing him out, bro.
Bro, what the fuck?
Y'all be bringing him out, bro.
I got that bastard. Call the cops, honey.
J. Cole, this
No, he ain't Willie Manchester because Willie, at least that boy was trying to steal his stereo.
Willie Manchester Willie Manchester was not wrong, man.
Yeah. Willie Manchester was a legal
He
beagle.
was at home with his woman.
Yeah. And little nasty ass kid was looking in the window, the little nasty ass trying to steal my car stereo.
Well, Ray got a new house for Ray.
You know what's funny you saying that? I've always wanted to address this publicly. Ray wasn't beating them kids.
No, he was just
$20. If I make $80 profit because I have the connect and I give you $20 up front and you don't gotta try to set a record, Loco actually is the problem. He's the real villain in South Central if you really think about it.
Why you say Loco? Why you put it?
I'm gonna tell you why Loco is the problem, bro. Because
Loco do.
Because when it was fucked up, guess who put their life on the line to protect Loco?
Type shit.
Guess who did it? OG badass killer Bobby Johnson put his life on the line. Guess what happened when it was Bobby Johnson back to the wall? Guess what Loco did? Was a bitch.
Type shit.
J. Cole is Loco.
Type shit. Damn, dog.
J. Cole is Loco.
Oh,
it's good when you in the car, y'all free, y'all still, you trying to flirt with the prostitutes. It's all J. Cole is Loco from South Central.
But going back to the last
stream.
Yeah, last stream. Loco was also a victim. He was also addicted. He was a sherm head.
Yeah, but he's not a victim.
Damn, all right, I'm leaving it alone, man. I can't.
Yes, don't make him a victim. He enjoyed Sherman.
Pete, jump in somewhere in here.
He enjoys Sherman.
Like, help me out, Pete.
Marcel, J. Cole, this Kendrick man.
I get a word in edgewise.
J. Cole, this Kendrick man, he wanted people to feel him. Notice he hasn't dissed Drake. He doesn't even want people to think he's against Drake. I agree, Marcel. That's the slippery point. Shout out to name brand that don't make sense. He compete in pro basketball more than rap. He don't compete there because he averaged 2 points. J.O., heinous. Yes, it was. J.O. is heinous because he made that Pie song dissing Kendrick, and he didn't play the verse for Soul or Daylight of him dissing Kendrick. So he dissed him on a song to try to create chaos amongst our camp, amongst our friends in our circle. That's heinous. It's despicable. Shout out to Ronald Green. Definitely agree about Cole. Me too, my boy. Me too.
So you're saying that he took the other guy's tracks and recorded them down and put his on after his verse on the end of the track, or put it in the song afterwards?
Yeah, that's what happened. At least that's what they said happened. Yeah,
Gotcha.
I believe the homies.
Sure.
Just Ryan from Noya. I don't believe you can say it's okay to take pieces from any particular culture with the people that he has taken from and can't have an invite. Listen, if this is a conversation about Drake just doesn't have street urban culture.
Oh, he is Drake.
Yeah, I think this is a conversation about Drake where I've said Drake is not hip hop because he's not street urban culture. He's not. He's a pop artist. Pop artists take everything that is sent to the very top of culture, and then they just take it and make it like they take the seasoning out of it. Drake is like Taco Bell for Mexican food. Like imagine calling Taco Bell Mexican food. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not Mexican food. Taco Bell is based off of Mexican cuisine, but it's Americanized, mainstream American food. It's not Mexican food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's Drake. Drake takes the taco and then he mixes it with Doritos and he makes kind of like this version that's digestible. You know, he takes the seasoning out for the whole nation to eat. That's what being mainstream is all about.
And then on top of that, Glasses, I hear Ryan when he say the contributions he's made, but in turn, it's been a two-way street. Future and every artist that he's worked with.
I don't think Drake's made any contributions that other people can take from.
Yeah.
Like what can who is going to be able to utilize what Drake has contributed to advance, with their own thing.
Let me ask y'all both this real quick. Has Drake taught us anything about the six?
No. Because they don't even call it sit. That's another story.
That's what I'm saying. Has he taught? I've seen him do Miami culture. I've seen him do Atlanta culture. I've seen him do Houston culture. He even threw Pac, an AI Pac on a diss record to the king of Compton.
Who idolizes Pac.
Like you literally did that. So I'm like, what else? What has he taught us about Toronto? I'm asking out of ignorance.
He signed Popcorn, did some work with him.
Okay.
To hat tip,
which is
Caravana culture,
which is
Toronto.
business. Yeah, that's business. It's not advancing the culture. Look, Drake is very much of Jewish culture. He's a dope talent. He's just a mainstream pop artist that makes rap songs. That's it. He's a fantastic talent. Basically, what you're saying in reverse is someone takes something from hip hop like Drake, he's not hip hop to you. But if Jewish Mob were to do something acceptable, it can be taken. If someone takes something from hip hop like Drake, someone takes something from hip hop like Drake. Drake is not. We don't take anything from Drake. Drake just takes from hip hop.
The difference is like literally all the stuff that happened in the turn of the 20th century with a massive influx of Jewish and Italian immigrants into the heart of poor urban New York, and what manifested for 20 years as people tried to get on their feet, is the exact same thing that has happened with subsequent people who moved there afterwards that started hip hop also in the same physical place, doing the same physical things under the same physical circumstances.
I like that.
And whether or not you pray on Saturday or Sunday, or your other language sounded more like you were from the Deep South or was Yiddish, it's those other things are not the coincidental things. No. The coincidental things is what was happening right there and why and for that period.
How you had to talk to the people right there. We had a great conversation. Shout out to you, Twan, for bringing Chuck Chill Out on ADHD. Make sure if y'all ever download Clubhouse, y'all become a part of the ADHD family. It's some incredible hip-hop conversations happening there. Shout out to my brother Trap, everybody over there. It's amazing. But Chuck Chill Out, Twan brought DJ Chuck Chill Out on hip-hop, and he talked about how there were Puerto Rican people who hung with them all the time, and they didn't know they were Puerto Rican, because if they went to Puerto Rican neighborhoods, they would get their ass whooped. So again, like street urban culture is pretty much the same no matter what's going on inside of your house. But what's going in your side of your house doesn't always have to be hip hop. Like you can go inside of your house and it could just Puerto Rican culture just be Puerto Rican culture. But then there's a thing that everybody in New York street life does. And that's the thing that makes it hip hop.
Yeah. Like it's you know what it is? It's like, what's the sun to the solar system? In Puerto Rican culture, there are certain things that transcend Puerto Ricans wherever you find them, and that's the sun in that solar system. Whereas there's certain stuff that everybody in an urban environment does, no matter what their background, and that's the center point for them. Exactly.
Shout out to Mbali Love. The problem is that Cole keeps throwing stones and hides his hand. Goes on a moral superiority. I'm above the phrase stance while sneak this and that. All fake. Totally agree. That's my issue, and I will not let him rewrite the narrative. That's why I'm here now, making sure he doesn't rewrite the narrative. Shout out to everybody in the chats, man.
Yeah, they dropping some jewels today.
This guy, y'all getting cracking today.
Yeah, they going crazy.
Yeah,
I love it.
They're impassioned.
Shout out to Anthony T. Park. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm glad y'all chilling in the chat, man. This is so big.
He's probably right. He's probably right there. We're a little heavy on those.
Yeah, glasses, you have to chill with the analogies. No, the analogies get it done. It's how you teach. You got to be able to communicate. Jaira Cherie. Wait, I thought Pi was about Drake. Somewhat Daylight said, I think. No, Pi is about Dot. I'm sure it got some Drake in there, but it's about Dot. Shout out to Just Ryan from NOLA. Most of you have never been to New Orleans, but somehow you were cultured into knowing what Mardi Gras was and is what Wody means. But it doesn't mean we're a part of New Orleans street urban culture. Like, yeah, just because I eat Mexican food, I'm not Mexican. I can dress like a cholo, I'm not a cholo. There are cultural things that have to take place for that to work. There are people outside of Mexican people that are cholos. There are black people that are cholos. Mm-hmm. I got homies that's cholos. Mm-hmm. That's black. So again, it's not race. Culture is something that's you just live. It's how you live.
What's
that's
his
what
name was like
hip-hop is.
Croatian or Sir. What was Peg Leg? He was like Eastern European.
That's true.
Was he?
Yeah.
Hitler wasn't even German.
Exactly. He was Jewish.
He was Austrian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sharice, Drake is acting. That's it. And he's doing a fantastic job. He was, but the jig is up. He's out of Law and Order Toronto.
Just Ryan is going crazy. Just Ryan is saying some stuff. He said, Glasses, he said, believe in this conversation, we are finding ways to be ostracized. This isn't really about inclusion. It's about making something stronger than already exists. It exists by excluding. It's not about excluding, Ryan, at least not from my standpoint.
Ryan, listen,
Like,
Ryan.
Chop a jewel on you, dog.
Who's being excluded?
Listen, Ryan, let me tell you why this is important. And I get it, man. As human beings, we all want to be included. You know what I mean? That's just a standard thing, right? You want to be a part of something just because you like it. But let me tell you what happens, Ryan, when you let that happen, right? Rock and roll in this country was created by people that look like me and Twine.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe. She was
Right.
it was a black woman.
Right.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
And it was something you did, just like jazz was created by people that look like me and Twine, right? And it's something you did. It's something you live. It's something you love. And you did it. And guess what? They finance the business, right? Somebody comes in and say, hey, there's some business. You know what I mean? There are some things that there's business to be made from this culture, right? And then guess what? They start to market it. And people love it. They decide, I love it. I want to consume it. And some people outside of it decide, hey, I want to even take part of it. I like how it makes me feel listening to it. And I feel this way, right? And then those people who don't look like me, maybe they look like Pete, maybe they look like somebody else, they start to do it. And then the national scene or the international scene of people start to relate into people that look like Pete because they think it could be them. And next thing you know, you wake up and now there's nobody that looks like me or Twine in rock and roll getting any major budgets. There's nobody that look like me and Twine that can get a major budget in jazz. They have to look like Kenny G. That's the reason why you have to be careful with just allowing everybody to have anything, because there's people who will start to exclude people because of it. So you have to exclude to have some level of inclusion for the poor people it was created for.
And one thing is interesting, just like observationally about the the 20th century evolution of musicals, genres, and styles that like Black culture like really kind of moved from one to the next to the next to the next. And hip hop has had the longest lasting sort of phase. If you were to go chronologically, jazz was maybe 20, 30 years. Hip hop now is like 40 plus 45 years, you know,
but if you're looking at it, Pete, look at what's happening. Look at even the person we're talking about.
Sure.
Start to look at what's going on. You seeing it slowly slip away, because guess what happens? No, the financial budgets don't make sense for people that look like me and Twine no more. It makes sense for a Jewish man that can use the N-word.
No, I get that.
I know you get it. I'm just saying. So as much as it looked like it's still strong, it's already fractured. It's already broken. You see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's interesting. It's a deviation a bit from trend that, like, organically, by now, I would have expected, like, if I were looking at the previous cycles, like, by now, organically, inner city Black communities would have just, like, created a whole new genre and moved on. You're like, kind of within that.
They are, though. It's stuff happening. Like what Travis Scott does is not hip hop. You know what I mean? And people don't know it yet. It just hasn't spawned its own genre.
It's like rock and roll from the blues. It's not the same, but close enough. But yeah, I get that.
It's different, right? And same thing with Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi doesn't make hip hop, and they're saying it, and people won't even classify their records correctly because they're so certain. If you look like me or Twine and you happen to use rap, you know what I mean, then you're hip hop. And these guys are saying, no, man, we're rocking. One guy's saying, hey, I'm a rock star. He's making rock music.
Uzi Vert said that.
Yes, and he's making music, and he has a right to define the music he makes. He's defining the music he makes.
He don't want to be put in the box.
And people, no, he does want to be put in the box.
Oh, of a
He
rock.
throws a box.
You want to be a rock star.
And
Okay.
they're putting him in this box like they do Puff. When Puff come on TV, they're like, rapper Puff, that's the one thing he did the least of. He was an executive for years. Why not Diageo executive Puff?
Rapper Puff. That shit.
Why not Diageo executive Puff? Liquor executive Puff. Why is it rap?
No,
Because
it should be the real thing. It should be serial entrepreneur
Puff.
Sean Combs.
Type shit.
Is what it should
Type
be.
guess
shit.
why they not?
Real
Because again, rapper is nigger.
I was gonna say it a little more softly, but
Who's you gonna say? Who's you gonna
I
say?
was gonna say rapper is sort of a mainstream media way of being like
Nigger.
non-corporate black guy.
Nigger.
Golly.
Nigger Puff Daddy. Nigger Puff Daddy today was accused of buying too much pussy.
Too much baby oil.
Nigger Puff Daddy had 1,000 bottles of lube.
Not non-classically achieved wealthy black guy Sean Combs.
That would sound fire. Hey, people would
That's
think,
kind of what they're sort of.
And you know why they don't want to do that?
Melanated
Because that can make
businessman.
people think you're possibly not guilty. But if you attach rapper to it, guilty.
That's some crazy shit. The more than when you
This
examine
man
it,
been an
that's real,
executive
bro.
way longer than he
And
was
he
a
ain't
rapper.
even no rapper though. That's the thing.
None of us
He's
would
not
even
a rapper,
call Puff
bro.
a rapper.
Guy who got in between some Sting chorus lines 15, 25 years ago.
He's
Puff
rapped
Daddy.
before. He's rapped before, but he's
Yeah,
not.
fact. Guy who Puff Daddy wrote, guy who Biggie wrote some dope songs for, guy who executive, they can't say a producer. You know, they don't. Rapper is nigger.
Resurrector of Sting's
Damn,
dead
Glasses.
rock career.
Why
Puff
you
Daddy.
smile every time you say that though, Glasses?
Because it's hilarious.
Is it like therapy for you to say that?
You know what it is?
You be like, rapper is ninja.
It's therapeutic to really realize how mainstream America looks at us.
No,
It always reminds me.
You just woke me up when you said that. I knew that. It was
It
in the back of
always
my mind, but
reminds
you
me.
just brought it to the front to
Nigger
brought it
Puff
to
goes to court today. That's rapper.
No, no.
Hold up. Just Ryan for the know you. Do you
Oh,
want to
my
protect
God.
something by excluding other people from taking over? No, I just want people to be the genuine article.
Oh man.
That's all I want. I just want people to be the genuine article. That's all I ask for. No,
Yeah,
so
I mean-
it got to be the he are, because we don't say rapper, we say rapper, but they say rapper Puff. That's just a simple way to say nigger. Why they don't say liquor brand exec? Liquor brand exec.
Because
That's now innocent.
that
nigga-
allows a side door to be
The
innocent.
ERA thing is a whole.
Yeah, I don't say the word.
That's a whole broader.
I despise the word, so I've divorced the word many.
No, not that. I don't have that word. Like
You said the hard ER like 8 times, and every time you said it, you smiled.
because that's really how they sound.
Like,
Nigger.
well, you was like you remind like you was at therapy or something. You was like,
They be like
nigga.
nigger.
That face right there.
They be like nigger. Puff.
Like,
Nigger Diddy.
You get excitement from saying that shit.
No,
man.
you know what excites me? To really realize this is how they feel.
No, that's real, bro. You
I
just broke it
love
up.
to see the truth.
No, you broke it up, bro.
When I reminded, like,
That's
oh, y'all
woke up.
really still be on some
You
bush.
woke it up. You woke it up.
Nigger Puff.
Dog.
That's how I pop out too. Rapper Puff Daddy. Be like, Puff is not a fucking rapper. None of us thinks Puff is a rapper.
Coincidentally, both of them have a hard ER at the end of them.
For
Rapper.
sure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you. Y'all think I'm tripping.
Substandard dancer.
For sure, you
Puff
got to
Daddy.
put something. Exactly. Why they don't say ex-dancer Puff Daddy? Because
Right.
dancer don't work as good as rapper.
How about ex dancer Puff Daddy?
Ex-dancer.
Let's-
Yeah. Why not dancer Puff Daddy?
Where do y'all find these? Where do y'all find these comebacks, dog? Where do y'all find this shit?
I'm just saying, bro.
It's Friday, bro.
I'm just saying.
It's
Dancer
Friday, bro.
Puff.
With a hard Y.
Yeah. Producer Puff. Producer Puff sound too Phil Spector. You might
You
get
might,
away.
yeah, you might get off. You might get
Off with
the case.
that. Rapper,
Being a
your
producer.
ass going to jail.
It's a rap already. You
Ooh,
convicted
hey.
because it's constantly being said. Like it's constantly.
Soon as the jury see rapper, oh, he did it.
That was C
I
Murder's
get it.
mistake. He should have done C Murder and not the hard R on murder.
Yeah, for sure. Because they're like, oh,
They took that way too seriously. Like, oh my
Of
God,
course he did it.
this
His name
black
is
guy
murder.
used a hard R. He must not be
Yeah,
metaphorical.
of course
at all.
he's murder. Yeah,
Yes.
he did it. His name is
He
murder.
wanted us to know.
That's how the white people really feel in names. They be
That's
like,
crazy though, bro.
his
You
name
just
is
woke that up.
C Murder. Yes, he murdered somebody.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
woke
his
that
name
up.
is C Murder.
Why would you? Why
Why else would
If
you
it was
name
only
yourself?
artistic, it would have been an A. But this is literal.
Hey,
Y'all need
why
help,
else would you name yourself Murder
Y'all need help, bro.
if you don't believe in murder?
Yep.
Nigger Puff. That shit is classy.
Gosh.
Go Coast Connection. You're right. Miles
We are-
Davis hated the
we're
term
gonna
jazz.
Oh
He hated
man,
the
this
term
is
jazz.
live.
Every time.
you
That's
gonna
like
use that.
He
that's
hated the term
like
jazz.
we didn't name it gangster rap.
Yep. He hated the term jazz.
We didn't name it gangster rap, but they put a
And
title
they
on it.
named it gangster rap.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like we got to make sure it's gangster.
Yeah. Again, the hard ER, bro. All these, the more and more you say these words, and the more and more we revisit these words, that hard ER just persists. Is there something about that hard ER?
Oh no!
New album
My
called
name
Hard
ends in a
ER.
hard ER.
Hard
Type shit.
ER.
Type shit.
That's a
Type
hard
shit.
song. Hard ER.
Type
As
shit.
if there's 1,000 P. Diddy's running around. They don't really have to preface it with rapper. Exactly.
Type shit.
Like it's another motherfucker named Diddy.
That's gangster right there.
Rapper Diddy. They
That's
love to drop that rapper in front of it. A nigga have one song, they be like, rapper, this bro, he is not a rapper, bro. He has one rap song. They like, rapper. They love that, bro.
Dog woke it up on a Friday.
Vanilla Ice is musical journeyman. Vanilla
Oh,
Ice.
for sure they gonna change that shit up. Entrepreneur, construction builder,
former rapper
Yeah.
turned
they gonna
business-
mint it.
Substance rehabilitated Vanilla Ice.
business mogul. Business mogul.
Oh, they would die for that name, Brad.
Kendrick
Lamar.
Lamar. Oh, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Get
Kendrick
some new music up in here,
They be
man.
like, oh, for sure he's guilty.
Play some music up in here, man.
So look, man, we finna get up out of here. We're gonna wrap it up. Click the link in the bio. Make sure y'all click the link in the bio. Subscribe to No Ceilings, the podcast. On Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get your podcast. Executive produced by Charlemagne the God,
Wow.
Black Effects Network, and iHeart, the conglomerate. Yes, the iHeart is financing me to talk this way.
Yeah.
So again, click the link in the bio. We back here Monday at noon. Thank you, Twan, again. Squishy, one last. Oh man, Squishy, I love you for that. Shout out to Squishy. Y'all got me dying laughing. Go on upside y'all combo, man. Squishy, thank y'all for that $5. That is hella player.
I'm done.
That's hella player. David Jones, this is some Boondocks episode. It really is, bro. Absolutely, J. Cole did the right thing. He's still better than 99% of the rappers out there, and he's still a duck. Port, he's a duck. Ducks in the chat for J. Cole. Ducks.
Dude, at the
Ducks.
barbecue.
Before we leave, y'all fill up the chat with ducks for J. Cole, please.
Oh man. At the barbecue, are we gonna have to have hard R burgers?
Bugger. We want a bugger.
A burger.
A burger.
Burger.
Yeah. Oh, the only kind.
A burger. Please, ducks in the chat before we get up out of here. I need ducks in the chat. Shout out to Neek. I agree with everything y'all said on today's show. We trying to make sense. Ducks in the chat before we leave. Let's get a bunch of fucking ducks in the chat.
In the words.
Chat for J. Cole. Ducks in the chat for J. Cole. Super chat ducks for J. Cole. Ducks.
Man.
Make sure y'all share them ducks. Make sure y'all share the motherfucking ducks. That's all I'm saying.
In the words of the immortal poet Steele, he let Nas down.
Yeah.
We out.